Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Welcome everyone who's joining us here in house and everyone who's joining us online. We love spending time with you each and every week, so thank you. Today's speaker is going to be Jack Groverland, as Cintisha is out because she is leaving today on a well-deserved vacation to Italy with her two daughters. So she will not be here this week or next week, but after that, she will be here constantly at the 11 a.m. service every Sunday. So let's just wish her a wonderful trip, and we will see her soon. And no, she obviously didn't bring her husband, but that's okay. But I got a few announcements of things going on here and around Unity of Boulder. Sunday, June 28th, we are going to have a prayer team training workshop, and that will be led by our prayer team leader, Steve Sheets, my man. It's for if you would like to join the prayer team or would just like to learn more about prayer for your own personal life. All you have to do is show up on Sunday, June 28th. It's from 12:30 to 2 right here in-house, so definitely check that out. And then July 11th, we have rented a huge gazebo in Bond Park in Lyons, which is only about 15 minutes away from Boulder. And on July 11th, we are going to have a Unity of Boulder-wide barbecue and just play around in the park. We're going to have games, obviously barbecue. There's a river to play in. It's where Cintisha and I usually go to cold plunge. Just have a good fun day from all the way from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do need people to bring food, and we do have a sign-up sheet similar to what we do on Thanksgiving when we collect food. If you'd like to bring an item, please sign up. There's a big poster in the lobby, and you can sign up for something you want to bring, just so we have an idea of what we're going to have on that day. So definitely, we'll have a lot of fun that day, so definitely make the trek out to Lyons. All right, now I would like to welcome out our friend Wynn Stewart, who is going to read today's Daily Word. Come on out, Wynn.
Good morning and welcome. So Sunday, June 14th, 2026 is appreciation. I express appreciation for my many blessings. It has been said that what I appreciate appreciates. The more I give thanks for what I have, the more blessings I will discover. Practicing gratitude in all circumstances helps me realize how abundantly blessed I am. When I remember all the good that God is, more good is revealed to me. Taking a breath, I give thanks for life. Opening my eyes, I give thanks for the clarity of spiritual vision. Listening deeply, I give thanks for divine wisdom. With each bite of food, every sip of water, I feel grateful for my body and physical senses. There is so much to appreciate, from the small, everyday things to life's most grand events. Giving thanks with my whole heart brings me joy. I practice appreciation for all that I am, all that I have, and all that I do. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. Psalm 9, verse 1. And now, would you please join me in the Unity of Boulder affirmation. Unity of Boulder is a radiating center of the Christ light within us, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others. Thanks.
You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me, and I
All right, we're going to do our joy song now. Everybody stand up because this is a fast one. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Now I'd like to welcome to our stage today's special music guest. You will recognize Rebecca Abraxas, who lied to us a month or two ago saying she was moving away. Clearly she did not, but that is our fortune. That is our fortune. It also means the usually scheduled time of our third Friday of every month meditation service that we have on, that would be this Friday. Rebecca is in town, is going to do another one, so you'd have one last chance to see Rebecca this Friday at 6:30 downstairs in the meditation room. Take it away, Rebecca. Welcome back.
Thanks, Mike.
calling you. Grassroots growing, inner light knowing, new roles emerging, new earth is surging. The fire horse year is here. Hey, oh, hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. What are you here to be, know and do? Your soul is calling you. What are you here to be, know and do? Your soul is calling, it's calling, it's calling you home. Grassroots growing, inner light knowing, new roles emerging, the new earth is surging.
Thank you, Rebecca. Such amazing sound. It actually inspires our deeper nature, which is connected to all nature. And all nature is connected to all awareness. So we are entering an understanding that awareness is life. And we are aware and we live in relationship to everything else. And we hold a certain rapport with everything else. And the more we can expand and accept that in our lifestyles, the more harmony, healing, and peace will be established. Not only in our personal lives, but we'll see that happening around us. So that's just a deep, beautiful inspiration coming to the soul with that kind of beautiful, etheric sound. Thank you, Rebecca, for starting us off with that. Did I say good morning, everyone? Good morning, everyone. In the movie Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks, he plays a character that is somewhat of a nitwit and a genius at the same time. And Forrest Gump says things that often have a deep understanding about the depths and miracleness of life. and what life is really all about. In one particular scene in the movie, Forrest Gump opens a box of chocolates and states, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." And that is a truism that I think most people who live sometime in a wakeful state know is absolutely so. In the late President Truman's book, his biography, he has a page in there that starts the book off with this line. This is his quote: "You never know what's going to happen to you." And beyond that, we have like sages like Krishnamurti, who in his final discourses, he had huge audiences of thousands of people. In his final discourses, he said, "I don't care what happens." And the inference led to what he went on to say, which is, whatever is happening, I'm allowing to happen. And of course, we have statements down through the ages about the unpredictability of life that would bring us to those understandings that I needn't be overly concerned about what's going to happen in the future, because I can't really know exactly what's going to happen, ever. And you have statements like, don't count your chickens before they hatch. And you have one that's really, most people remember, the best made plans of mice and men often go astray. I'll give you an example of that. When President Donald Trump, in his first year in office this time, he spent quite a bit of energy conniving ways to replace the members of the board of directors for the Kennedy Performing Arts Center. And when he accomplished that by replacing those members with people who are specifically loyal to him, they had a vote, and they voted to change the name of the Kennedy Performing Arts Center to the Trump Kennedy Performing Arts Center. And there it was. There it was until a little over a week ago, where a federal judge said, "That's not legal. You can't do that." And not only that, but the judge insisted that immediately, he didn't give a time frame, he said immediately, have Trump's name removed from that center. But you should, be aware of the fact that the best made plans of mice and men and presidents often go astray. That is true because life is unpredictable. And so we need to really be open and thankful to the masters down through the ages who, understanding that life is unpredictable, fashioned ways for people to conduct their awareness and their lives so that they can enjoy life and have peace of mind and have insight and have true, honest, expanding relationships. The masters have been involved in doing that, and no less Eckhart Tolle, a modern-day master, was very keen on developing a way of awareness and living that would lead to peace of mind, which he said can become so deep it becomes joy, so that you live in joy instead of concern and consternation and fear. And that's really what his whole ideal thinking is about. He wrote a book titled The Power of Now, became an international bestseller. Every one of his books have become international bestsellers. And so he is really worth considering when it comes to what is the meaning and how do we conduct our lives in such a way as to have peace of mind, as to have joy, and to be free to have peace of mind and joy. I want to share this first quote with you from the Master Eckhart Tolle. You can read this in his book, Stillness Speaks, on page 43, paragraphs 2 to 4. The now is as it is because it cannot be otherwise. What Buddhists have always known, physicists now confirm, there are no isolated things or events. Underneath the surface appearance, things are interconnected, are part of the totality of the cosmos that has brought about the form that this moment takes. When you say yes to what is, you become aligned with the power and intelligence of life itself. Only then can you become an agent for positive change in the world. And that could have been written, only then can you become an agent for positive change in your life and in the world. Can we take this back again? You may not be familiar with the teachings of Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, but his entire theological understanding rests on this truth right here. The now is as it is because it cannot be otherwise. Do you realize what that statement in itself would do for somebody open-minded enough to embrace it? The now can't be anything but what it is. So if you're in the now moment bemoaning it, saying, why does this keep happening? Or what's wrong with this? And why they caused this to happen? Or did that? And then, and on, creating negative emotions for yourself, you're doing it futilely. Because the now is what it is. And it cannot be anything but what it is. And you're wanting it to be otherwise only creates negative emotions within you, dissension, and broken understanding. What Buddhists have always known, that's not true about, I know Buddhists that don't know this, but generally speaking, the Buddha knew, and physicists now confirm, there are no isolated things or events. Underneath the surface appearance, things are interconnected, are part of the totality of the cosmos that has brought about the form that this moment takes. When you say yes to what is, you become aligned with the power and intelligence of life itself. Only then can you become an agent for positive change in the world. So the practice of flowing with the now moment, the practice of flowing with the now moment is what could be referred to as practice of unity. It's what we are approaching. We are seeking to do in our own lives in order to attain that divine peace and joy, that happiness and insight that is promised by the masters, including Eckhart Tolle. That's what we are in the process of doing with our spiritual practice in unity. So, of late, I have been redefining heaven as the state of well-being in the here and now of our lives. So, there's definitely large portions of people who are still embracing the consciousness of heaven being someplace else beyond the stars where God is and life is wonderful. But that's not what the masters down through the ages are saying. What the masters are saying is that that kingdom of heaven is exactly where Jesus said it was. Can you imagine that? We were young, we went through Sunday school, we didn't like it, we walked away from it. Preachers were long and tiring, and we had to listen to them and go on and on and on. We had a lot of guilt that came out of that, blah, 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 blah. But we missed a point of value. Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. And in his Gospel of Thomas, he said, it's within you and all around you now. But you don't see it. And the reason why you don't see it is because you're operating from the illusion, the fragmented illusions of the world in which we were all born, raised, and educated. So that the mind actually lives in terms of separation. And so we walk around attempting to live life effectively, but we are operating in a flawed understanding. We're operating in an erroneous understanding that there's me, this body, mind, personality, and there's all that is not me. And the masters are attempting to help you understand how much more effective life will be for you when you realize there are no separate events. That we're all part of this one ongoing awareness, and you can call that awareness God. You can say that God is not separate from the creation itself. God is the creation in which we find ourselves. And the only way we can find happiness, peace, love, joy, truth, which is what we were born to experience, is to transcend the limited conditioning of the thinking of the world, which is a thinking based upon this separation of me and all that is not me. And Eckhart Tolle will become very focused in this, and you can understand this very, very well. Let's take a look at this next PowerPoint. In Stillness Speaks on page 43, paragraph 5, taking responsibility for this moment means not to oppose internally the suchness of now, not to argue with what is. It means to be in alignment with life. A simple but radical spiritual practice is to accept whatever arises in the now, within and without. Can we take this back again, please? Taking responsibility for this moment means not to oppose internally the suchness of now, not to argue with what is. It means to be in alignment with life. A simple but radical spiritual practice is to accept what arises in the now, within and without. And when one is capable of entering that state of awareness, that one experiences a sublime awareness of peace, a sublime insight, and a flowing love that is not available to the fragmented thinking of the world. It's not available. You can't get it until you surrender the illusionary thinking that you have believed in from your birth on. There has to be a transformation, a willingness, an openness to consider the possibility that everything is interconnected. And you've had experiences with that beautiful peace, that beautiful joy. You've had that experience. Possibly when you were doing your favorite hobby, whether doing pottery, poetry, painting, creative writing, or whether you just simply were working in your garden, which you loved, and you lost a sense of separation and found a joy and a peace while working, or while making a special meal for a special occasion, which required your entire focus, moment to moment to moment, your focus on creating that meal. And when those things, that time you were doing the pottery or you were doing the creative writing or making that meal, you come away from that and you say, and I know you've said this, you've all had the experience, where did the time go? You look at the clock and you say, oh my goodness, 2 hours have passed, 3 hours have passed. And you say, where did the time go? Well, when you are totally present in what is happening, time and space vanish. They are constructs of the mind, the thinking mind that has been conditioned to live and operate in the illusion of separation. So what really has happened when you were involved in your favorite hobby or lost yourself in doing that gardening or lost yourself in some project? What happened is the doer and that being done merged. We no longer held the illusion of being a separate doer doing that project, because it is the now. You let go of your illusion of separation and allowed yourself to become one with that which is happening. The doer and that being done merged. There were not these separate thoughts of me doing this. There weren't even the separate thoughts of me doing this so that other people will admire it. The majesty and the miracle of being God conscious happened. And you had this phenomenal peace and this feeling of well-being, which is really what heaven is. Now here's a little bit of a catch. The catch is this. When you're doing your favorite hobby and you lose the sense of separation and find the peace of flowing with life, or when you're making that meal and you're just flowing and things are happening so intuitively that you never believed it could be this way. When you're doing that, you're doing something that you actually love doing. But here's the catch. To be a master in life, to garner that peace and joy and love, the masters are capable of being one with whatever the moment is providing. Even if it's not providing what one would love or ordinarily want to be part of, they are capable of allowing it so totally that they still enter that state of peace, flowing, joy, letting, knowing it's all a miracle. There's no other religion, folks. There is no other religion but what I just shared with you. There's no religion. The pomp, circumstances, all the things, the priests that come down through the ages, those that are going to stand between you and heaven, all the gurus that have made their way to the United States so they can make some money and buy the things that they don't really need. All of that comes down to, are you willing to practice the presence of God? The perception of separation, which the mind projects, dissolves when one's attention is absorbed in what is now happening. So that's just a mental construct that we were born and raised and educated in. The perception of separation is an illusion that robs us of our divinity, which is the mind projects, but it dissolves when one's attention is absorbed in what is now happening. Such enlightenment, such enlightened awareness occurs when the doer and that being done are one in the here and now. And thus, the Master, Eckhart Tolle, will go on to say this. Can we have this next PowerPoint? Read this on page 63 of Stillness Speaks. That word, this week's assignment, is mine. I cut these things out. I actually copy them on a copy machine. And at some point on that particular quote, for some time when I was giving a talk or a class, I wrote this week's assignment. That's not Tolle's, that's mine. But I hand these quotes to our incredible secretary, Heather. She types them up so that we can put them on the computer and share them right here. But maybe this wouldn't be a bad assignment for you this week. Whenever you are able, have a look inside yourself to see whether you are unconsciously creating conflict between the inner and the outer, between your external circumstances at that moment, when you are who you are, with or what you are doing, and your thoughts and feelings. Can you feel how painful it is to internally stand in opposition to what is? Can we take this back again, please? Whenever you are able, have a look inside yourself. This is a spiritual practice to see whether you are unconsciously creating conflict between the inner and the outer, between your external circumstances at that moment, where you are, who you are with, or what you are doing, and your thoughts and feelings. Is there a division there between that? Does someone show up that you didn't expect to show up, and now you're spending time with them, but inside you're resisting it every single moment, making the relationship painful, at least more painful than it has to be. So whenever you check in and say, look, why am I resisting this? You know, there are things that you find yourself have to be done. You know, we might have to clean the garage finally. And when you get into it and you're cleaning it and you're resisting it all the time, saying, how could it pile up like this? Why does my roommate forever throw this stuff in here? Going on and on and on and on. You see how painful it is. When my children were young, sometimes, one of them for sure, would really resist cleaning his room, and his friend would knock on the door and say, can Shad come out and we can do something together? I said, no, Shad has to clean his room. And Shad would say, no, I'll do it later. No, you said that yesterday. But no, I'll do it. No. You have to do it now and get it done, and then you can go out and play. But then you watch him doing his room so grudgingly. Everything is a pain and a problem. Whereas if you just went in and said, this is what is. And he entered into the isness of it. The resistance, the negative emotions would dissolve. And you could actually find joy and peace if you understand that. So, check in every now and then to see if you are in resistance to the moment, in resistance to the circumstances at that moment, where you are, who you are with, or what you are doing, and your thoughts and feelings. Can you feel how painful it is to internally stand in opposition to what is? That quote, by the way, defines mastery on the path of life, which means one has surrendered to whatever is now occurring, whether it suits a person's wants or needs or it doesn't. The person allows what is happening to occur without any internal resistance. It doesn't mean you're not of a mind to alleviate some problem, some difficulty. You're not of a mind to just not do something about this or that that might be occurring, but you are of a mind knowing it is only as it is. And you can enter into it, and you can feel yourself taking whatever actions come along with the divine ideal of that moment. You will be doing that which may be alleviating a problem, putting an end to some injustice. But in the doing of it, there's no longer that illusion of separation. There's no longer that resistance, I've got to get this done. Or they deserve to have this happen to them. Or I hold resentment because of this. Finally, you decided in a moment to be the way God wants you to be. Conscious, totally awake in the flow of the miracle of life. Can we take the next PowerPoint, please? Stillness Speaks, page 44, paragraph 2. The moment you enter the now with your attention, you realize that life is sacred. There is a sacredness to everything you perceive when you are present. When you are present. When you are present. The more you live in the now, the more you sense the simple yet profound joy of being and the sacredness of all life. I shared this with the first service. Even a person that is totally indoctrinated by the thinking of the world, which is we all from the beginning are indoctrinated by the thinking of the world, I would suppose that a person indoctrinated by the thinking of the world and the illusion of separation and those many, many times when they're just in resistance to doing what is required to be done or what came their way unexpectedly and they have to do, or trying to be considered or thought of as being kind, and on and on and on and on and on, which is just an effort from within. I wouldn't do this unless I'm forced to do it. To let that go. Listen now, a person conditioned to be that, as so many people are, if that person were walking in the woods or on the beach, and a banner dropped out of the sky, and on the banner it was written, "Wake up to the fact that life is sacred." So forget all the teachings, forget all that the masters have given, forget all that unity principles are about. But if that were to happen to somebody who just saw this incredible thing, where did that come from? Be awake to the fact that life is sacred. And they took it to mind and started to consider that everything in life is God. It's sacred. It's worthy of consideration and compassion and love and kindness, because it's God. To judge it and condemn it and to punish it and to fear it and to go on to try to fight it is the insanity of the world. And it can only be alleviated if you understand. Everything you look at is the will of God saying to you, are you awake enough to be kind? Are you awake enough to be okay with things not going your own way? Let's consider this final quote, which shares the entire truth of Eckhart Tolle. Stillness Speaks, page 44, paragraph 3. Set goals, but know that the arriving is not all that important. When anything arises out of presence, it means this moment is not a means to an end. The doing is fulfilling in itself every moment. You are no longer reducing the now to a means to an end, which is the egoic consciousness, forever bemoaning the things that went wrong in the past and the people that did them and they should have been done, and forever considering trying to fix the future and make it work more in keeping with what you personally want to happen. So you're taking this moment and you're making it a means to your ongoing death to God. Can you give it up? Can you meditate enough to know life doesn't have to go according to your personal perspective or point of view, because it never is going to continually go to your personal perspective and point of view. The awakening is part of what God has in store for you. To come into the kingdom of heaven is to come into an awareness in which you feel good in the here and now of your living. That's the will of God. Have you said to yourself over the years, I just want to know what the will of God is? I'm giving it to you right now. This is it. Can we have this back again, please? Set goals, but know that the arriving is not all that important. When anything arises out of present, being in the awareness of the now, in the presence of the awareness that there is only God, it means this moment is not a means to an end anymore. The doing is fulfilling in itself every moment. You are no longer reducing the now to a means to an end, which is the egoic consciousness that has robbed people of their joy, their divinity, their love, their integrity, their wisdom, their honor. What do you think the Master of Life said? You will know the truth. It can make you free. Now you know the truth. Will it make you free? Let's take a few moments of meditation together. Begin by taking a couple of deep breaths. As you release the breath, release any cares or concerns that you may be harboring. Do you know that in a heartbeat, in a nanosecond, the mind can transcend any difficulty if you allow it? So just breathe your way into this moment. Just be okay with sitting here doing nothing special. The mind may say, oh, we could be doing this, or we could be doing that. You could be getting this done. You could be getting these letters out. No. Just breathe your way into being here. Okay with just sitting here, accomplishing nothing, allowing the moment to be what it is. Not wanting, not fighting, not fearing, not planning, not conniving, not manipulating, not doing anything for the future except being present now. Breathing your way into the present moment and being okay just as you are, where you are right now. And you might take this as a mantra. Bring this to mind, to quiet the mind and bring yourself closer to reality in the presence of God. I flow with what is happening. Any actions I take are inspired. No resistance, only peace, only now. I flow with what is happening. Any reactions I have are inspired. No resistance, only peace, only now. I flow with what is happening. Any actions I take are inspired. No resistance, only peace, only now. we will take an offering for unity now. As we're preparing to do that, I'd like to just mention to those people watching this on a screen, live stream, Facebook, YouTube, you're tuning in to Unity of Boulder. You're seeking those life-transforming truths. You could do yourself no greater service than to tithe to Unity of Boulder. You just have to go on your computer or your phone, unityofboulder.com, and you'll see a number of ways that you can donate to Unity. So you ought to consider that, and that will open you up to experience the truths that we share here in Unity of Boulder. And everyone here can bring into their hands those gifts they'd like to make to Unity today. And we can bless these gifts with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have the opportunity to listen to Rebecca Braxis share her incredible soul with us.
Thanks, Jack. All that we know, all we are, we've been taught is so bizarre, dependent on another force, when all along we've been the source. Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine the only way you shine, and help the world come alive? Like letting go of the hands that feed them. Children, get ready for more freedom. Open to a different way where you always know you're okay. Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine the only way you shine? Present with what is. What would it be? Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine the only way you shine, and help the world come alive? Ooh, what would it take for you to like you? I know it can be so hard to do, but what if being all of you is the world's next breakthrough? Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own word? What if you could shine the only way you shine, and help the world, you help the world come alive? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who would you be if you knew who you really were? How would you feel if you could trust your own worth? What if you could shine the only way you shine, and help the world, you help the world come alive?
Where's my higher self? It's not here yet, okay. Well, we're going to conclude it with a few things, but we have for you, in case you are facing a challenge you want to pray with someone about, we have our prayer partners here with the white scarves. So you just have to remain seated while everybody else files out of the sanctuary, and one of them will come to you and you can share a prayer together up here, or you can go downstairs to our meditation room and pray down there. So right now we're going to conclude this service with "Let There Be Peace on Earth."
Excuse me, my rowdiness. Is there any chance we could have a group with you after the service?
I don't usually do a group with.
No, it's fine. They assigned somebody already.
Well, I don't usually do a group after for Satish's service.
They took care of it. You know, last time people were begging me to ask you, but they took care of it.
Okay.
You're so desirable. We're sorry.
Well, no, I'm going to lead the group. I think, all that I've had to say has been said. Okay? And you can review it online on YouTube. Okay. Now we're going to sing our way out of here. Let there be peace on earth. And not only that, but when you're singing this song, just have your hearts open to the conditions and circumstances in the Middle East and the people involved over there with all of that, so that there can be some kind of resolution, some healing. Okay, we're going to sing together. Come on in here. All right. Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. is up.